The recipes for this show and the complete series of Great Tastes are available on the greattastesmb.ca website. And one recipe from today's show will be in the classified section of the Winnipeg Free Press.
Welcome back to Dine and Dash here on Great Taste of Manitoba. That's not what tonight's about. What it's about, though, is quick, easy, and we've actually got a one-pot meal here tonight, this go-around Mexicali pork soup. So how do we build this?
Okay, well, we're going to start with our delicious lean ground pork.
Okay, question number one. Is there a difference between, or is there regular ground pork and lean ground pork?
Yes, there actually is. So I like using lean just because less fat, obviously. Lean ground pork, like any other meat that's labeled lean, contains no more than 17% fat.
All right.
If you purchase regular, which you can, most of the grocery stores carry that. It's about 23%.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's ways to get rid of that extra fat just by skimming it off or you know, pressing it out when you're cooking it.
There's probably some dishes that you would want maybe a little bit of extra fat in there as well, maybe.
Yeah,
you know,
but either way, the pork is really flavorful and stays nice and moist, which is the perfect base for our Mexicali pork soup.
Yes, okay.
So we've sauteed our pork with some onion, and takes about 10 minutes or so to cook that up. You want to make sure that the pork is thoroughly cooked. This is one of those cases where ground meats, you want to make sure that they're cooked all the way through, no hint of pink.
Can you overcook it? Because I know with pork, sometimes I, have been challenged in the past. I'm learning.
It depends. Depends where the pork is coming from. So this being ground pork comes from the shoulder, a little bit more forgiving.
Okay.
But again, because it's ground meat, you want to make sure it's cooked thoroughly.
Sure.
Something like loin, like the tenderloin skewers that we did, you want to cook hint of pink. So, anyways, back to our soup. So we have our ground pork, we've got our onion, we're gonna add our black beans.
Yeah, we've got a lot of
and
nice
I'm gonna
things
let you
going
do the stirring
Sure.
here. So it's 1 can of black beans that we've drained. We've got some corn, and we're just gonna put the whole can in, like liquid and all.
I'm guessing that you could probably take some liberties with this in terms of what you might want to, like, for example, if you I just found out I'm allergic to black beans.
Oh,
that's one of the,
no.
so I'm sort of become more cognizant of, like, switching things around a little bit. I mean, obviously you need the corn, you need the tomatoes, because these are sort of like part of the base of flavors in this, right? But yeah, okay.
So diced tomatoes, then we're gonna add some green chilies, which is another, of course, Mexican style sort of flavor.
Oh yeah,
stir all that
so
up.
pretty.
We want to add a can of beef broth as well.
Okay.
So I'll put that in.
And this one thing I remember about this particular soup is that it doesn't take like once this is all done, like you've got your pork cooked, then you start adding in all of these lovely ingredients, and it doesn't take long. It's like 15 minutes or something, and you're ready to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is very different from a normal soup. We've just added 2 cups of water as well, in that it doesn't need to simmer for several hours in order for that flavor to come out. It's good to go right off the hop.
Okay.
And we're going to add a little bit of cumin and a little bit of chili powder.
Okay,
and
so this is not,
it.
it's not like a spicy sort of, I guess you could make it a little bit spicier.
Sure, you could add red pepper flakes, or you could add actually hot peppers if you wanted, some jalapenos, fresh jalapenos.
Like my son would look at this, he'd go, it looks spicy. He'd be immediately suspicious,
it's really
but
not.
it's really not.
Those are mild chilies that we use, so you could certainly spice it up. And then 15 minutes, we're going to put the lid on there. It's going to simmer. And then, poof, you've got your Mexicali pork soup.
And so then again, in terms of servings, or not servings, but how you would serve it, you got some cilantro here, so.
Sure, we can actually garnish this with some cilantro right now. That gives it another little bit of pop of color.
So nice.
But you can have some fun with this, and I think we'll give you some ideas later on. But, tortilla chips, sour cream, really just have fun with it and make it as Mexican as you like.
It just keeps getting better and better all the time. Okay, so I noticed Aaron Alblas was like literally backing up a truckload of wine. So I think it's gonna be wine, but we'll see. We'll be right back. We'll do our beverage pairings here on Great Taste of Manitoba.
You're watching Great Tastes of Manitoba, brought to you in part by greattastesmb.ca. Local farms, local foods.